Hi, welcome along everyone. Today going to show you how to take a radiator off the wall, and we're going to just blank the pipes off afterwards. Okay, so first thing to do, if you've got a combi boiler, no worries at all. If you've got a F&E system, you will have to either shut the mains off or tie the little ball cock up in the loft, and that will stop it feeding. Because what we're going to do is we're going to drain the whole system out to do this job, because we're going to cut the feed pipes back, because these pipes won't cut them back. We're going to take this rad right out and cut them back for a bigger size rad later on. So that's the job today. So once that water is drained, which I've already done there on this system because I've got a combi, so next thing to do is to let the air in to let the water out. So we'll show you how to do that next. This particular radiator has got a bleed valve on either side of this, one at this end and one at the other end. Now I've already drained the system. I haven't drained any of the other radiators because I'm hoping just to down this one, and it should lock up the others and not empty all that. But it depends how the system's plumbed. You may be lucky and it just empty this one out. So try and do that. And they're always going to be stiff to start, and that's going to start letting the air in. We'll open the other side up this end. There's another one back here for this one. Strange position, I know, but there it is. Oh, there it goes. You can hear the air rushing in to replace the water that's now rushing out of the drain valve outside. So, just to clarify, that's my drain valve. It comes outside the property here, and I can just let it go. I don't need a hose on it, it's just going off under the concrete there. And because I let the air in that radiator now, it's allowing the water to come out of the drain valve. Your drain valve could be anywhere. You can probably use it out inside, not outside like this one, at the lowest point in the system. Just stick a hose pipe on it and undo it. I use this little spanner that fits perfectly on the end, like so, and I can easily undo it and let that water out, as you can see there. Just let it go and wait till it stops before you do any more. Okay, really then. So, the system is now drained out, so there's no water in there at all now. Obviously you leave these valves on because you want the rad and all the pipes to empty, because we're going to cut those pipes back. So if you're unsure and you think there's still more water in there, you can go around all the rads in your house and open every bleed valve if you want to empty absolutely everything. Okay, because that will do that for you. But I tend to leave all the other rads locked off, because sometimes they'll hold up. We call it holding up, and the water won't actually drain out. So it saves you filling up quite so much afterwards. It depends how your system is plumbed, how well it's done, as to whether that works for you or not. But whatever happens anyway, the rad you're doing, the one you're working on, you open that bleed valves, let the air out in, and the water will come out. And then when it's empty, two little dishes like this either side, and we're ready to undo the valves. Now we come to undoing the valves. Now this side we're going to do first. Now if you just put a spanner on here and force it down, there is a possibility that this valve could twist that way and break the pipe off. I know it doesn't matter too much because we're cutting it all out anyway in this instance, but you really do need to hold against the valve with something there. So if you don't want to mark the valve and you're going to use them again, then put a bit of cloth around it like so before you undo. Okay, like that. But we're not going to use these valves again, so I'm not worried about that, and I can show you easier with that off. So you need a spanner to hold against, and you need one to turn the nut. On this, the nut's going to go downwards. You'll see as I turn it. Ready? And there it goes. Okay, once it's like that, you can turn it very easily. And once it gets to that loose, you can do it with your fingers. Okay, so this side, the nut goes down that way. Okay, now we'll show you the other side. Now onto the side with the thermostatic radiator valve on it. And you can take the head if you want it off, if you want it out of the way, but there's no need. Once again, footprints, the favourite tool to hold against. Now this time the nut's going to go up this way. Alright, take your spanner on that nut there and pull, and there we go. She's gone. You can see how much that would all move around if you try to undo it without holding against. It would be all over the place, it'd be flicking around, so that's the thing to do. Once it's that loose, you can do it without holding against anymore and just undo the nut. So you get so far, you'll be able to undo it with your fingers. Now then, be warned, there will be some black sludgy water in here, even if you've been using inhibitor. Make sure it doesn't touch your carpet. It's deadly stuff. I've seen some carpets ruined with black sludge that hits the carpet. It's virtually impossible to get out. It's dreadful stuff. So very careful when you undo these nuts. We'll get the water out that's in the bottom of the radiator. We've got to be even more careful when we take the rad off, because there'll be a little bit of water laying in the bottom of the radiator, and you've got to tip that out really, and then make sure nothing goes on the carpet. Be careful at this stage. So we're going to pull the pipe out of here first and see what is left in here. Right, we'll pull the pipe out. Oh, that's lovely. Not a thing. Well, that's good. We'll do the other side now then. Probably see maybe if there's any more in this one. And here we go. There's a little bit in that one by the look of it. Let's pull it out. Oh, not much. That's very good. That's all ready to go. Now what I do when I take these off is I shut these lead valves back off either end, and what I do when I get it off, I tip it into the container, and then I turn the radiator upside down completely. That means you won't get any more running out of the open ends. So I'm going to shut these off, and then nothing will come out the bleed valve ends either. So it's just a little tip. Now I'm going to lift it and get the water in the container. I'll show you that bit next. Here we go then, straight lift. I'm going to lift it off this bracket and tilt it down there. There goes the black muck, as you can see, to that one. Now I'm going to tilt it to the other side and get the black muck out of this end. Oh, there's not much in that one. Most of it's coming out the other side, so that's good. Now we're ready to plonk it down these old towels. Okay. Now that that's down like that, save any more water coming out. Tilt it down like that. Put it up that way. Now it's up that way, you can see the dust in the bottom, very nice. But we can take it out now with no more water coming out the ends. So let's get rid of it, shall we? There we are, it's out. So next thing, take the brackets off. We're not putting this rad back, as I say, we're doing a different thing altogether here. A different rad's going on somewhere else. So we're going to get rid of these altogether and just get rid of it and fill the holes up. So there'll just be a couple of screws, top and bottom. Next stage of the job then, now I've cut the pipes and the valves back, as you can see, to where I want them. My new pipe's going to run along here to a rad in a different position altogether, a single panel one instead of that double. So I've cut the pipes back. Now obviously we want to blank them off so we can refill the system. Alright, so I find it easy to use these kind of push on caps. They're really handy. Just push on, you can pull them back off again as you need it, and that will leave the end of the pipe clean. Now as you can see, I've cleaned the pipe on the ends. Now this is the tool I like to use to do that, and you just flick it on and flick it around like so, and it cleans the pipe end up. Don't try to push these on if you've got paint on the pipe. Make sure they're clean like that. Okay, and then we just push them on like so. Push them right over. Same with that one. And literally, that's it. You can turn the water back on if you've got an F&E system. If you've got an F&E, go up the loft, untie the valve, let it fill. Obviously, make sure all the bleed valves on the radiator are off before you do that. Turn them all off if you've left any on. Okay, then once it starts filling, you can start at the bottom on all the radiators, bleeding them, and carry on, do all the downstairs, and go upstairs and do all of those until every one of them's full up. Okay, then you're ready. You can still run the heating until you're good and ready to do this. Don't be tempted to put valves on there, those horrible little pet valves instead of those blanks, because they will leak. Okay, never put those on central heating systems. I know people said, oh, why don't you just valve it off, you know, instead of putting caps over the end. Well, they will leak. They're just useless on central heating pipes, all right? So don't be tempted, because I know it means you've got to drain the system again when you do the actual job, because you're going to pull those caps off of there, and obviously it'll be live again. But think how easy it will be to run the system out. If you do that though, put a hose on the pipe. Anyway, moving on. If you've got a combi boiler, you will have to repressurise the system. Now once again, make sure the bleed valves on any radiators are shut off, and then start filling the filling loop on the combi boiler. As you get pressure, get up to 1.5 bar or so, things start going around the radiators. as you start bleeding, the pressure will drop away. All right, so when it falls down to nothing, then you've got no air coming out of the radiator. You know, you've got to go back and repressurize again, and keep doing that until all the radiators are full up. And one other thing, before you actually fill all them up, if this job's going to be a long while before you actually do it, you could put inhibitor back in. But obviously, if this job that you're going to do, where I've cut off the pipes now, is going to be undertaken in the next couple of months, it's not worth putting inhibitor back in for that time. You may as well just fill it, and then when the job is complete and you've put your rad wherever you're going to go with it, when you've finished cutting the pipes and everything's back on, then put the inhibitor in afterwards, that time round. Okay, so that's about it though, and that's all this job's about today. Now, if you want to just take a radiator off the wall with the valves in place, which means you won't have to drain the system or anything, and you're just taking it off the wall to decorate the wall or whatever, I've got a video on that. That one just shows you how to shut the valves off on the radiator each end, and take the radiator off and put it back when you finish decorating the wall. So that's quite a simple one, but that one's a lot less effort than what I've showed you today. This is like for a bigger type arrangement of a job where we're going to move everything. So that one I'll give you the link to, and if that's what you'd rather be doing, then take that choice, because you don't have to drain the system down. Okay, other than that though, that's about it. All my stuff, you know where to go, usual place, Derek and 33. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.